Waterman Japan here, and today we're going to review the SurfEars 3.0 surf earplugs. I have had these for about 4 or 5 months, plenty of surfs with them, so I wanted to take enough time with these earplugs to get an idea of how they really held up and if they were worth buying. And the TLDR, I would say these are worth your money. So if you guys are looking for a good earplug, I would look no further. These are awesome. There's been great reviews online. You can find these at Rakuten.com or Amazon. Pretty easy to find online shopping these days. So yeah, lots of 4 or 5-star reviews and worth every penny, I would say. A little bit more in-depth review on these things. They come with very minimal packaging, which I really enjoyed. Everything comes together in this little silicone case. It's got a little carabiner here at the top and drainage holes in the bottom, in the back of the case. And it's got this nice clasping magnet. So with salt water, that stuff eats everything, and this has held up pretty good. I mean, silicone doesn't really react to salt water the way that metals do. And the magnets here are protected by the silicone, so I'd have to say that the construction is pretty high quality and they thought about corrosion for sure. Big fan of the packaging, and also I mentioned it's minimal, so there wasn't a lot of extra packaging with this stuff. It was just this silicone case, everything was inside, and this paper little label instructions was around the outside, and that was it. So you know, as surfers, we try and be environmentally conscious, so that was pretty cool to see that the company was doing something about all the plastic waste we seem to find ourselves in anytime we order anything online. Again, I like the drainage holes here in the back of this. There's lines as well, so it's a bit grippy, so easy to hold on to when wet, and also it's got some airflow inside. If you have some water in there, it should dry out. Everyone's ear is a different size, and that was something I was a bit concerned about when I was ordering online. It's like, man, how's it gonna fit in my ear? I'm worried about them falling out. And so their solution is they send you a couple of these flexible skeleton that's shaped kind of like the letter D. Then you've got this flexible, frilly, it's got a few levels of silicone that suction into your ear, and that blocks the wind and the water. And so they give you a small, medium, and large, and you just basically go through, put them together, and see how they fit. And they fit great. I gotta say, I tried on the large, they were a bit too snug, and I tried on the medium, and it was a good fit. I think that's a great strategy where you just give the consumer everything they need right away, and kind of minimizes returns and return shipping and all that kind of stuff. And it puts your mind at ease that you're gonna find what you need. And be satisfied with a genuine fit for your unique ear shape. The band is really high quality, great stretch to it, fits around the neck, and then this little clasp, you can tighten it against the back of your neck, so it's secure, it's not gonna go anywhere. If you pull some earplugs out of your ear and let them chill, like if you wanna have an in-depth conversation with somebody out in the water, they're not going to go anywhere, and I've done that plenty of times. Surfing, pop an earplug out, have a chat with somebody, take a duck dive, take a wave, the earplugs are secured around your neck. They're not going to go anywhere. And that actually is a big point I wanted to bring up, because I've spent some money on some earplugs in the past and gone to some pretty heavy thumping beach breaks. And I've popped up a few times and one of my earplugs is gone. And basically at that point, you gotta toss them. That was one of my main concerns, and the design of these earplugs is fantastic. They've never accidentally come out of my ear, however, they're really easy to remove. There's the top part of the D, as I'm calling it, hooks into a section of your ear up here, which holds it in place very, very well. And if you wanna remove it, you just hook your finger around that and pull it out. And as far as effectiveness, they're fantastic. When I don't wear them, sometimes I forget I'm too excited, the waves are pumping, and I run out and I forget either that or my surf watch or whatever. And if I don't have my earplugs in, I notice that night that I've got some water trapped in my ear. When I do have them in, there is no water in my ears. They work fantastic. I actually like the fact that they are 2 different colors for your right and your left ear. You don't have to be fumbling around reading them and stuff. Another thing that I quite like is that they're low profile. So when they're in your ear, they're quite flat. Some of the earplugs I've tried in the past, they stick out significantly from your ear canal. And I've got a surf hat where the chin strap is connected to the hat and it goes over the ears. And that's nice because it offers sun protection. But it's also nice because it doesn't hit the earplug when they're in my ear because they're so low profile. So great design there. Sometimes I forget that I have them in. They're so comfortable. As far as hearing, I did mention that sometimes I pop one out to have a conversation with somebody, but if you left them in, you can talk, no problem. You can hear the waves crashing and you can hear people. If you want to get a bit more crisp hearing, then you take them out. Okay, so I wanted to address some of the cons. It may be a little bit of a pushback by somebody that's considering maybe another earplug. These are relatively expensive in compared to other earplugs. These are about $60. And yeah, I was a bit hesitant at first, like, man, they should be 20 bucks or something. How are these $60 for some simple earplugs? But looking at how they function and the quality packaging and like I said, they've held up for 5 months for me with no problems. I gotta say they're worth every penny. And the way I think about when upgrading your equipment or you're considering buying something, $60 versus $20. $20 I'm spending anyway. So if I'm going to buy some crappy earplugs that don't actually work so well, or maybe they don't function as long as I'd like them to, I just wasted 20 bucks and I gotta spend another 20 to get a new pair. So the difference between low quality earplugs and high quality earplugs is 40 bucks. And so are these worth 40 bucks? Absolutely. No wear and tear on these things so far, and like I said, with the comfort and the functionality, I'd buy them again if I lost them tomorrow. So I don't think the expensive tag is relevant here. I think they're worth the money. My dad would always say you get what you pay for, so buy nice or buy twice. And in this case, you buy nice. The one thing that bums me out a little bit, the cord does get a bit tangled. When you stuff it in this case and you pull it out, there is some untangling involved. And it's not a big deal, it's a little test of patience. It's kind of hard when you show up to the surf break and it's pumping and you're really excited and you want to get out there and you have to fumble around trying to untangle your earplugs. So that's one thing that I don't like so much. However, the way that I've addressed this is I've got a little hook in my van and I just hang it on the hook. I don't actually put it in the case, and that serves the function no problem. They stay on the hook, they're all untangled, ready to go. I just pop them on and it's no problem. The pros and the cons. Number one, they need to function. They need to keep the water out and the wind out. They need to stay in your ear, and they do. They're also easy to remove as well. So you pop them in, they lock in. If you want to get them out, you just pull the top and they come right out. They're low profile, so they work well underneath a hat. They're secured around your neck, so if you do need to remove an earplug, it'll hang around your neck and it's not going to go anywhere. I feel very secure popping a couple out, surfing, duck diving, taking a wave, and knowing that they're going to be secure around my neck. They're durable and high quality. I'd have to say that the build standard on all this stuff is fantastic. The silicone holds up really well. There's not going to be any salt water eating this plastic. There's very little metal. There's some metal clips, but again, I don't get that wet very often. So the stuff that's actually in the water, the earplugs, it's all silicone, so that holds up really well. The cons, like I mentioned before, might be considered expensive, and they do tangle in the case. So, if you're looking for some earplugs, these come highly recommended by Waterman Japan. With a lot of surfs in the water, they've served me well. And again, if I lost the pair tomorrow, I'd buy them again. If you're looking for a new pair of earplugs, look no further. SurfEars 3.0, that's what you should get.